leave them in.
See, I'll check them out.
Have they ever popped out during that moment?
I think it'd be advantage me if I did that.
Well, definitely be advantage you. I almost explained what I would do. But have they ever popped out during cunnilingus?
That's what I'm talking about.
They have not. They have not. Thankfully, they're very well fitting.
Okay.
Can you ice skate?
Say it again.
Can you ice skate? Can you go ice skating?
No.
All right. Well, I'm just saying, I'd buy you as a hockey player.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Pop those teeth out.
Sure.
I'd be like, oh yeah, he's a veteran.
Yeah, he's a guy. He's a fighter.
God, that sucks, man.
What is in or on your body that you weren't born with? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Michael. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hola.
So, back in the late 80s, my mom gave my sister and I $5,000 apiece. So I bought a mountain bike. That's when they were just fresh and new.
Just real quick, why did your mom give you, how old were you when she gave you each $5,000?
Well, I was born in 66, so she probably gave it to me in 86, so I was probably 20.
All right, okay, all right.
And
I wish my mom would have done that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, well, they sold their house, and that was the least she could give me for all the torment I went through growing up there. But I was living in eastern Washington in Kennewick. So I bought a rock hopper mountain bike. I'm like, yeah, I'm a mountain bike rider now. So I took it out to the Columbia River Trail, and I don't know if you guys have ever been out there, but there's these things called goat heads. They're like little thorns.
All right.
Well, look them up if you get a chance. You'll see what I'm talking about. They're a nightmare.
Goat thorns or horns?
Goat head.
Oh, goat heads.
Goat head thorn. So I'm riding along this trail, and I jumped the gear. I jumped the sprocket with the chain, and bring my boys down on the crossbar.
Oh, yeah.
So then I fall over in just mortal pain, and I land in a pile of goat heads. And I lay there bleeding and just morose and just crying and weeping and in the sun. But anyway, so going forward, I've got a sore testicle for a while. And then I moved to Omaha, and I had a roofing company. And I don't know if you guys know about what a ridgeline is. It's the top part of two slopes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I slipped, and I crashed down on my boys again. And so then the right side got kind of hard, I thought, well, it's just an edema or whatever. And, so then it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was like, what the what? So I went to I'm a vet, and I went to the VA, and they go, yeah, bro, we got to send you out to Nellis Air Force Base out in Nevada. And so I went out there, and they did a test, and they said, look, bro, you got testicular cancer in your right boy. And I'm like, and he was either Pakistani or Hindu. I didn't want to, really get into it with him about where he was from, but he goes, okay, so we're gonna take it out. We're gonna do a right radical orchiectomy, which is when they, chop it off.
Right.
Call it. They're gonna call it something. And he goes, we have prosthetics we could put in.
Prosthetic testicles?
Yeah, like a ping pong ball.
Huh. All right.
Yeah. And I said, all right. And he goes, so what do you want to do? And he goes, you want to match? I go, no. I want the biggest, and on my soul, I want the biggest, hardest one that you could put in me. And he did it. And so to this day, when I'm in the shower and I get out and I look in the mirror, it's like I don't know what it's like. I don't really have a description, but it looks like one side's hanging about an inch and a half lower than the other side.
Now, looking back, have you ever regretted this decision, or are you glad that you decided, hey, I want the biggest right testicle you can give me?
Well, So what happened was, and I don't want to get morbid or anything, but I lost my wife at the time, and I just didn't really have any. I lost half of my testosterone output, I thought, apparently, and so really wasn't a lot of motivation in the bedroom department. So then in 2017, while I was working at the VA in Seattle, which I still do, I was the guy that called in about the suicide. They found out I had prostate cancer.
Oh, you were the guy. You were the guy that mopped the floor in the foyer.
No, the front entrance to the mental health building,
right?
With the pressure washer.
Yeah.
What?
Right. You're the what guy?
Yeah. So
now I'm not surprised, based on that call, that you're like, hey,
but you got a super testicle.
Give me. By the way, somebody here described it looking like the top part of a snowman.
Yeah. But anyway, so then you got prostate cancer, so they chop that off, and I go, well, can I get a prosthetic? And they go, no, there's no prosthetic for a prostate gland. And so at that point, you're basically done in the bedroom department. So
you're done, no more sex life is what you're saying.
Yeah, no, I'm done. I gave up on everything. I said, fuck it.
Once again, bedroom colors, here are the 7 words you can't say on the radio.
He made it that long.
Sucker, mother, and please keep those words in mind when calling. Now, back to the program.
What has happened?
It was a weird day.
It really is.
Got the woman just thrown off of a bridge, man, voluntarily. Hey, give me the biggest testicle.
I don't understand.
Some
of these decisions are just confusing to me.
Well, I feel like, that's when you want a parent there to say, hey, son, I know it's funny to you right now. I promise you're going to regret this decision.
Let's try one more time. What's in or on your body that you were not born with? 206-803-ROCK.
That guy also sounded a little bit like Ric Flair does now.
Yeah, a little bit.
Right? I kept listening to it. I'm like, who does he remind? I was like, oh, he sounds like Ric Flair.
You start picturing Ric Flair when he was talking?
Kind of.
With one big testicle. Hello, Kelly. Welcome to the midroom.
Hi, fellas. How you doing today?
Hola. It's been interesting.
All right. So I was in the Air Force for a minute about 20 years ago, and apparently our military, not just the Air Force, decided that in all of the vaccinations that they give us, one of them is anthrax, and they didn't get it all the way killed before they put it in us.
Oh.
I live with anthrax.
No
Just
way.
sitting there waiting to cause trouble.
No, wait. Did they intentionally not completely kill it, or was this an oversight?
Well, typically with a live vaccination, that's having a real problem in the vaccine. They usually kill it all the way before they inject you with it.
Yeah.
Well, some of them didn't get all the way dead. So me and 100,000 or so other military personnel are on a list that we may have had live anthrax injected into our bodies.
And what are the symptoms?
So would it still be there, though, 20 years later?
Yeah, it's just going to hang out. I kind of equate it to like when someone takes acid and it just kind of sits in your spine and might not do anything ever.
But it also might.
Well, if you ever get weirdly sick and no one can figure out what it is, have them test you for anthrax.
What other vaccinations did you get? Do you remember?
Oh, I have no idea. We were in our underwear. Both of our arms were tube tied. And then I probably got 10 or 12 pokes.
Now,
from needles.
What are these symptoms of anthrax? How would you know if your anthrax flares up? You know what I'm saying? It's been 20 years.
What? I have no idea. They basically just said, probably nothing will ever happen. But if anything weird medically happens to you, you should check and see if it's anthrax.
I mean, it's one thing to say, hey, probably nothing will happen. To be like, listen, you came to me to tell me that I have anthrax in my body. So also something might happen. Otherwise, you wouldn't have brought it up. But you're not sure what the symptoms of anthrax are?
Nope. It could manifest in a bunch of different ways.
Oh, cool.
Do you ever randomly just sing Bring the Noise or anything like that?
You know, if I'm going to be injected with anything, it's all right to be injected with the metal, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Very weird.
That is like, hey, yeah, sorry, man, our bad. We may have given you anthrax.
Well, the military's wild, too. Man, like I've heard guys telling stories about it's like 6 little needles and they just hit you with all of them.
Well, that's the problem. You need to give yourself a break because you can't do them all at once.
Right.
I mean, it seems like, in theory, just get it over with. But man, I tell you what, you'd be sick for days.
Well, here's the thing.
I would think.
Even if for anthrax, you might not know because I'm looking at the symptoms. It says fever, chills, fatigue, and severe aches. That could be 20 million other things.
What is in or on your body that you weren't born with? 206-803-ROCK.